Cal, what's going through your mind?
I was kind of jumping in the 3-0, so I told myself to kind of just stay back and just get my pitch, and I was fortunate to get one and put a good swing on it.
Michael?
Coach, what can you say about Matt Poston's performance tonight, keeping you guys in the game in the late innings?
You know what? We had a really good feeling about Matt. He's been good all year. A good matchup against West Virginia. He's been one of our horses. He didn't pitch a lot, obviously, recently, but I wasn't surprised that he pitched like he did. And, he's just been a guy that can pitch for us, too, every day. Like, he always wants to pitch. In today's world, some kids have to have a day. They need another day. Matt's got that rubber arm, and he's always ready. So I'm looking forward to seeing him back out there tomorrow if we need him.
And getting out of that second and third jam, that felt like a big moment in the game, didn't it?
Gigantic. Yeah, I mean, that's what the game's about. Like, you have a chance to put a team away, potentially. I don't think they would have necessarily put us away, but that's how baseball works. And Matt coming in there in that situation, and Weatherholt was on second base, I believe. A really good base stealer, doing what he's supposed to do to control that. We had to bring the infield in and getting that big strikeout and then getting the next out. I felt like that gave us, hey, okay, here we go. I could see the guys running in with the looks on their face like, hey, that's big. And it was big because their guy was good. I mean, that guy's tough, and we knew it wasn't going to be easy to score against him.
Third row, Rod, then back right.
Scott, you guys have made a habit of these dramatic comeback victories in the postseason. Man, what's it say about this group that you continue to do that even when you're down and come back?
They can tell you more than I could because it's their locker room, but they have definitely bought into what we've preached from the first day of, just keep playing, stay. I really challenged them this weekend, even more than last weekend, to try to shrink it down all the way to every individual pitch, not even, quote, 27 outs, and keep your eyes forward. Because we made some mistakes tonight, and that was important. Gav catches that ball in his sleep. Colby feels that ball in his sleep. We gave them some extra outs. We didn't execute some pitches, but our guys also know they can't be looking in the rearview mirror. And this team, it's just kind of been how they've been all year. They found different ways to win, and that's the mark of a good team. Top to bottom. Heck, Colby Wilkerson hit his first home run ever at Boshamer Stadium. So there you go.
Back right.
For Vance and Luke, this obviously your first time seeing Derek Clark on the mound. What is it about him that makes him tough to go against? Obviously, you guys had some success against him today, but what is it about him that makes him tough?
Yeah, he's really competitive. Can throw 3 pitches for strikes, and he was doing that tonight, trying to keep us off the fastball, and I think he did a pretty good job of it. We were able to kind of scratch in the second or third. But he was very effective, and hats off to him.
Vance, pull that mic a little closer to you, please.
Yeah, I agree.
Look.
Yeah, he makes very well, and just had command for all 3 pitches, and we just did everything we could to compete, and he was a really good competitor, and as a team, we just are tough outs, and but, hats off to him. He threw really, really well, and
How about this guy? Stepping up there as a true freshman going dead central. It's hard to hit a ball out dead center at Boshamer Stadium, so excited for him too.
Luke and Vance, why don't you guys just take us through the home runs one at a time? Go ahead, Luke.
yeah, I was just trying to get something going, leading off in the 9th. Coach Rizbicki before my at-bat was just like smoke something back up the middle, and my goal was just to get us started, and we're never out of it. We always fight, and we play 27 outs like Coach Forbes stresses every single game. So I was just trying to get something started and got a fastball and did what I could with it.
Vance.
Yeah, I was trying to get to Casey in that situation, just keep it going on the line. With our offense, we feel like if we can continue to move down the order, good things will happen. So, but like I said, I was able to get a good pitch and put a good swing on it.
Scott, is it a little symbolic? It's your star freshman and you're out going to start the job done in the 9th?
That's why this team's been who they are. And it's a credit to these older guys, Matt and Vance. Right from summer school, Luke was here with all the other guys, and we had older guys around these guys. And I've seen that from that first day that they started summer school almost a year ago. Just the impact. Vance was around too because he was rehabbing, and Luke really got the benefit from that, and then he's going to be able to pass that down, obviously.
Pat.
Scott, Brandon Macy just compared Derek Clark, said he's a throwback to Nolan Ryan.
So if he's Nolan Ryan, what does that make Vance Honeycutt?
Whew, I don't know. I'd have to look see who hit a. Well, he didn't hit it off him. So, I mean, for me, Vance Honeycutt's he's a freak. That's how I would describe him. That power and that speed, and but more importantly, he's a genuine, humble human being, and to have that much talent, you don't always see that these days.
Vance, you've obviously seen Clark a bunch of times, and then they changed pitchers. Were you looking for anything in particular there in the ninth inning? And then when you did make a swing, it looked like you knew it immediately. Your hands went up quick. Just what was the moment like, and how you felt about it?
Yeah, credit to Weirs. He had a good report. Yeah, that tends to happen. We normally have pretty good reports on the guys. And we knew we had a fastball and a slider, and that's probably what he was going to attack us with, righties at least. So, try to get pitch middle end that you can handle. And yeah, I mean, didn't really feel like anything. It was a cool moment.
Brendan, then Murph.
Yeah, Vance, can you just describe that celebration after the home run? You pointed, kind of gave a little bit of this. Is that something you have planned, or just
No.
what do you feel on the moment?
Nah, I mean, the plan wasn't to go up there and hit a home run. That's not probably the right approach. No, but this place is, it's special. We're having, some Bosch magic, so it was really cool.
Matt, the game seemed to be like it might have been slipping away there. Two hit by pitches. They got a chance to break it open. What did you see when you got out there, and how were you able to execute?
Well, I've had a lot of guys pick me up this year, so I went in there and I was like, hitting at the worst outing than last Friday. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna go what I have, and if they hit it, they hit it, and if they don't, they don't. And I had success doing that tonight, but we also have guys that made some good plays, like Colby. The one over his head is underrated a little bit, I think, because that's usually a hard play to make, but our defense just makes it so much easier for the pitchers to go out there and feel free.
Coach, Kyle West had not played in West Virginia's previous 2 games. Tonight he hits 2 home runs. Were you at all surprised to see him in the lineup? And can you just talk about, I guess, what you saw?
Yeah, no, honestly, Coach Gaines, we sit down before every game and just talk through different things pitching, and we always try to talk through. Read a book by Bobby Bowden. He used to always sit down with the staff and say, okay, if the worst things happen, what are we going to do? What pitching moves are we going to make? And then I asked him about the lineup, and he said, that kid, he said, I think he's going to be in the lineup and he's dangerous. And he was, he hits mistakes and he's got power. So I wasn't surprised to see him in the lineup, and we knew that he was dangerous and he made us pay for the mistakes.
Evan, then Pat.
Luke, can you kind of just talk about the mental process throughout the whole game? You got the close play at home, obviously, and then on the ninth you tied up that big homer. Did that almost kind of feel relieving for you, knowing just like that one run could have made the difference?
Yeah, no doubt. I kind of messed up the tag and had to pick my team up right there, so I wanted to get the run back. And like I said, going to the ninth, I was just trying to get something going, and that's a tag that I need to make, and I'm aware of that, and I'm going to make it again, and it's going to happen in a big moment. I'm going to be ready for it.
Coach, you're laughing just real quick, just kind of your comments on that overall situation.
Yeah, we might have joked about it in the locker room, because we could joke about it because we won. And I was a catcher. So I always tell these other guys, that they don't know what that real toughness is. Those guys behind the plate, they're rare, aren't they, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we were joking about it in the locker room.
Pat, then Michael.
Luke, we don't see guys like go 9 innings that often anymore. So what are you thinking when you come out and it's Derek Clark again for your 4th at bat against him?
Yeah, it was my 4th time seeing him, so I felt like every single at bat I kept seeing him a little bit better, and I got that first pitch fastball, and credit to him, he threw really, really well, and kind of like I was saying, I was just trying to get something going, and he was good, and yeah.
Got 3 more. Michael, Grace, Pat. Go ahead, Michael.
This is for Luke and Coach. Luke, your home run, it looked like the West Virginia center fielder made a really good bid for it. Was there a moment where you thought he caught it as you were around at first?
Yeah, I honestly thought he caught it, especially when his glove went back over the wall, and I saw the umpire wave his finger in the air, and I was pretty excited, but I thought he caught it for a little bit.
Grace.
Luke, I saw either Coach Forbes or Coach Weirs talking to you before that at bat in the ninth. Did they say anything specific to help tee you up for that homer?
Like I said, Coach Weirs before my bat was just like smoke something back up the middle. Be on the heater and just get us going and just try to like lace one through the middle and get us started. And I got a fastball and I was able to handle it, and that's credit to Weirs with just helping me out before that bat and getting me mentally prepared.
Before Luke, can you talk about second and third, 1 out, you're down? Can you just talk about what you were thinking getting out of that inning, the strikeout and then the comebacker?
Yeah. So I went in there and I knew they were probably going to bunt. So I was like, they bunted to me and try to get them out. And Madera actually made a really nice play on that ball because it was almost hit the guy running. I think the next batter is 3-2 and had a base open, so I was like not going to hang a splitter like I did against Long Island. So I threw it in the dirt and he happened to swing at it. And the next kid hit it right back at me, and I was telling Steve earlier, like I didn't even know those 2 outs. Like in my head, I just was about to throw it home, and I saw him pointing first. And easy flip to Harvard. You know.
Last one, Matt.
Vance, that's it's 4 NCAA tournament wins for you guys now, and 3 of them you've been trailing going into the 9th inning. I know Bosch Magic encompasses a lot, but what in the world is the feeling between you guys when, it looks like you might be in a bad place, you're able to find these rallies and come back and win these games?
Yeah, we don't really skip a beat. It's weird. Sometimes you think that you might get tight, or you maybe should get tight, but we were talking about it, I think it was Casey and I before, right before I think first hitter Steve was coming up, he's like, this happens every game now, so it's honestly all right. And then Steve, first pitch, went over the wall, and I feel like everyone in the dugout thought that we were going to win the game.
All right.
DeCaro?
Yes. DeCaro will pitch tomorrow. That is accurate. I want to add one thing about these guys too. We've got some guys that are part of our team that don't wear the uniform, and I think that really helps these guys from the perspective standpoint. Colin Thompson is a big part of our program, and he spoke to our guys the other day just about enjoying every single moment and where true confidence came from. So I want to give old Colin a shout out there.
Anybody else? Matt hadn't talked a lot, so anybody before he goes?
Yeah, I got one.
All right, good. Rod?
Matt, did you think about last Friday night at all and the chance to get back, or how much did you flush it? What was the process there?
It's hard not to think about it, obviously, but like I said, I kind of went in there thinking like I can't do any worse. So I might as well just throw what I have, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'll try again next time, but it happened to work today, so that gives you a little bit more confidence for future outings, hopefully.
Matt, I just wanted to ask on just the season as a whole. It's kind of been up and down after the season you had last year. I guess, what has that been like for you, and how big is this moment for you moving forward?
Last year I did pretty well. This year's been up and down, like you said. But it's just baseball. Like you never know. Like a lot of people, it's hard to go out there and be good every time. But certainly once you do have a good outing, you feel really good about yourself. Like confidence going forward. Like knowing I have like Steve behind the plate, Vance in center field, and everybody else out there. It makes me feel so much easier to pitch rather than going out there stressing too much. So.
Yeah, in my mind, he hasn't been that bad. Like if you really look at Matt Poston's numbers, like he's given up a couple. It's amplified because he's given up some big hits for the other team. But if you look at those walks to strikeouts and opponent batting average, that's a guy that we want on the mound. So, he's one of our dudes. So we wouldn't be where we are without him.
Aaron, last one.
Yeah, Matt, one more for you. You talked about hanging the splitter last week, and I know that pitch, a lot of people regard that as not an easy pitch to command, and today you really had it. I'm curious how you got to that point. Were you working on that in particular in the middle of the week? Were there any adjustments made with that?
No, not really. It felt better today, obviously. I think it's just because, last week I think I was just trying to overthrow it. This week I really focused on, taking a deeper breath, on the mound, after I come set, to talk to myself, make sure to execute it, even if you throw it 50 feet. I'd rather get it down and let it hang.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank y'all.
Great job, guys.